Okay, so here, my name is Joe. I'm going to share with you these prompts so you can create blog posts that are, optimized for 2025 SEO. And I'm going to show you this. And there's several prompts that we're going to go through together. And I got the idea, and I'm using some of the prompts from Wes McDowell. I got the idea from him, and then I've added some of my own stuff to this based on I work with a lot of service industry clients, because I was that for 27 years. I owned a restoration company in Colorado Springs where we did water, fire, mold, roofing, and flooring. And we also did hardwood floor refinishing and carpet cleaning. So a lot of people that I work with now is something that I did for nearly 3 decades. So we match up really, really well together. So I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to show you how you can download your own copy, and you can use this for yourself in ChatGPT or Poe. It doesn't matter where you want to do this. Let's get right to this. Okay, so on my website, joecrivellosorensen.com, under the Super Blog Agent area right here, you're going to scroll down. Now, if you haven't seen this video, watch this one. This is where you can create blogs right on my website. And it doesn't matter if there's 100 of you at the same time creating different blogs, it won't crash. And this is well optimized. By the way, this is so optimized that it has my my private SOP for SEO standards that has 617 pages. This is over 20 years of research that went into the back end of this one right here. Anyway, I'm going to show you another way now. So we're going to go down here, and if you're watching a video, you're on this video right here. The fastest way to build free website blogs that will rank in 2025, guaranteed. Now, I'm going to be using this. So what I'm going to do instead of doing that, let me get rid of it right here. Let me just do this, and let me just grab this. And if you read this, download the fastest way to build free website blogs, then go to File and make a copy. Okay, so I'm going to download it. And I need it to be in Top Click Joe, not my other one. Let me get rid of that one. All right, so I'm in mine right here, Top Click Joe. You won't be able to use this because I have view only, so you won't be able to change any of the words. All you have to do is go to File and make a copy, and make yourself a copy, and now it's your copy, and you can do anything you want with it. And start using it. Okay, so let's get started. Let me give you a little bit of history here. I was watching Wes McDowell. A lot of these prompts are from him. I've changed a few of the words. I'm doing things a little bit different, and I've added some stuff based on how I work with AI, and how my team works with it. But anyway, he had a great idea. It was like over an hour video I watched. Mine will be shorter than that because I've already got everything in here, so we can just go through this quickly. All right, let's get started. Fastest way to build free website blogs that will rank in 2025, guaranteed. What you're going to do, where I said, this is me entering the prompt into ChatGPT. This is the prompt right here. Where I have the blue color here, or the aqua blue color, which I'll call blue from now on, so I don't have to go through all that. I'm going to do it for a hardwood floor refinishing company. Okay, so this is already done, and I've copied everything. So you could be lawn care, you could be a carpet cleaner, you could be an attorney. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to put who you are here. You're going to put your seed keyword. A seed keyword is like hardwood floor refinishing is a seed keyword. Long tail would be hardwood floor refinishing near me, hardwood floor refinishing service company, those kind of things when you make it longer tail. So now you have intent. There's no intent here yet. It's just hardwood floor refinishing seed keyword. You're going to put your seed keyword in. Everything that's in yellow, you're going to copy, and you're going to put it into ChatGPT, into the prompt area. Now, I have O1 Pro because I pay $200 a month. You can use 4.0. You can use 4.5, the new 4.5. It does really good reasoning, and it's going to give you the same output. Okay, you're going to copy this. You're going to put it in there. Where I say ChatGPT said, that means that's the reply based on what I just put into ChatGPT here, and it's going to have your service here. Like I said, you're just going to get rid of this, put your service in, okay? That's simple as that. Anywhere it's blue, you're going to change it to you. Okay, so now it says, got it. To tailor the review analysis for your hardwood floor refinishing business, could you please share the following? Are there any specific cities? Are there any special offers or anything like that? And as you go down, I answered where I said, this is my answer. It's Charlotte, North Carolina. The owner of the business does dustless sanding. He likes residential customers, not commercial customers. Yours might be different. And then, yes, include both negative and positive reviews, because it's asking me, it's going to ask you what to do, and you can say, no, just positive reviews. All right, this is how I want to do mine. Then it's going to spit this out. This is what happened in ChatGPT. It gave me all of this. It gave me some outbound links that I can look at, like right here from Yelp and things like that. So it gave me a lot of good stuff that I can use. And remember, you're building on this. This is building blocks. It's not done, as you know, as you can see, it's 97 pages. You don't have to read the whole thing if you don't want. You can just scroll through this thing and start grabbing all these and start doing it yourself. Okay, now the next prompt, this needs to be 14 like everything else. I don't know why it keeps going back to that. Okay, so here's my next prompt after I got this. Then I am the owner of a hardwood flooring finishing company. Now I'm using a longer tail keyword. I could have said service. I could have said, you know, company and service, like that for me. All right. You might be a carpet cleaning company. You might be a truck mount steam carpet cleaning service, truck mount steam cleaning carpet cleaning company, low moisture carpet cleaning company. We did carpet cleaning at my company for nearly 3 decades. I know a lot about this arena. Then it's going to ask for your website. You're just going to put your website in here. And then right here where it says describe your target audience, you're going to erase this. You're not going to need this. I just have that there for your benefit. So I got to sneeze. I'm sorry. Bless me. Okay, it always happens when you're live. All right, so here we go. All right, how did I get this target audience? How did I get this profile? Well, all I did is I went to ChatGPT. Now it was in 01 Pro. You can be in 4.0. You can be in 4.5. I just happen to have I paid $200 a month. I have the top of the line. I know I gave it a prompt. Can you give me a target audience for homeowners needing their hardwood floors refinished? Because that's what I want to know for homeowners. I don't want to know about businesses. I don't want to know about gymnasiums. I want to know about hardwood floors for homeowners. It gave me a demographic right here, and this is where I got it. Now, you're going to know your demographic. You're going to know who your audience is. I don't know your audience. I know my audience. And the reason I kept it at 35 to 65, we did hardwood floor refinishing in my company. I already know what the audience is. 3 decades of being in the service industry gave me a lot of knowledge. So I like what it says because everything is pretty much right on. So I just copied this and I put it right here. I added it. I added my profile. So remember, everything in blue, this is where you add your own stuff. Mine's going to be different than yours. Emotional triggers, how to reach them, local Facebook, Google search, and SEO, and all this kind of stuff. Remember, when you put yours in, you want to keep anything in yellow. The analysis should cater to their preferences and behaviors above. So it says, I'll start by reviewing the website's current structure and identifying key areas for improvement. Since I can't directly visit websites, I'll outline a framework for conducting the review based on your business and goals. Now, listen, I didn't do this in this one because I followed what Wes was doing. But if I was going to redo this, up here where I put my website in, right here where I put my website in, I would probably go to, this is Good House Floor Care. I would probably go to Good House Floor Care, and then I would right click and I would open in reading mode, and I would copy. Where's reading mode? What happened? Hey, usually there's there it is. Okay. All right. So it needed, so you can copy all of the text, right, on this page. I'm on the home page. Now remember, here's something that's really, really good. This is something you really need to know. He doesn't just have a home page. He has several pages. So imagine taking this for every page of your website. He does hardwood flooring finishing, hardwood floor installation, clean and buff, wax removal, screen and recoat, and he also does carpet repairs. So I would take each page, I would grab that, and I would do a brand new one each time. Every time I do this, I would do all these prompts, and I would do it again. By the way, these prompts, the way you get this right here, I don't know if I said it in the beginning, I showed you this. All you do is download it, copy, make a copy for yourself. Now you have something to work with. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So I would write, like right here, I would say, I need you to scrutinize the web page, the web page content here. I would change this word to probably content, and then I would add all that content. And then I would get my target audience, okay? Because then I would get a target audience based on my web page. And I would do this for every page on my website. But for these purposes, this worked really good with, even though ChatGPT can't read your website and knows about it, it gave me one of the best blogs I've seen in a long time. Okay, so now I got the target audience. Let's move on. And then I'm going to add this at the end. And then I'm going to start this. I'll start by reviewing the website's current structure and identifying key areas for improvement. Since I can't directly visit websites, I'll outline a framework for conducting. Now remember, they don't have to visit my website, because remember, I'm going to put all the content from each page. I'm going to do one page at a time. Here's my home page. Here's my service page, so on and so forth. So you won't see this kind of a prompt, reply from ChatGPT. All right, we move on. But it still did a freaking great job, because it knows he's in North Carolina, in Charlotte, and knows a lot about him already. So we go down, and we go down to the next prompt. So the next prompt is, I am the owner of Good House Floor Care. Now you're, hi, I'm the owner of Jim's Carpet Cleaning. I'm the owner of Best Divorce Lawyer in America, whatever, all right, or whatever you want, whatever your company's called, and you can put it on there. And if you're incorporated or LLC, you can even add that, okay? All right, so, and I want to optimize the following website page for better SEO. I want better SEO. Now remember, I'll get even better results if I put the content in there. Now what I want to know is, I want to understand how I can improve my SEO by checking my top 3 competitors. So I always pick like 3, the top 3. Anyone that's outranking my client, we'll go in and we'll look at the top 3. Now, what you can do when you're in ChatGPT, so I want to show you this. If you're in ChatGPT, and let me just do a new one. So I want to show you something real quick. ChatGPT. Let's go here, and I can say, hey, read, not read, read this. So I could grab the content from the website, like here. I can put this into a PDF, and then all I would have to do is upload from my computer, and I just grab, oh, I'm in the wrong thing, downloads, there's PDFs. I just grab a PDF, and I go from there, okay? That's all I have to do, is I add the PDF, so I don't have to have all that writing on the page, all right? So, and if you need more clarification, you can always call us. All right, let's keep going. All right, so all this is here. Now ChatGPT said, based on the analysis of the competitive pages, here is a detailed, prioritized checklist for optimizing your website's SEO and improving their chances of outranking competitors. Now it knows about the competitors. Now I want to beat the competitors. What are they doing? What do they have in common? How are they beating me? Now, we do, like when you look at my page here, and it's 617 pages, that is a lot of information I can put in the back of my agents, and in the back of ChatGPT when I add something. It's a lot of information that it's gonna be able to do really good SEO. You're not gonna have that, so you're gonna just do it like this. So now it's gonna do the keyword targeting and on-page SEO optimization. So now you're gonna get all this. There's footprints, there's ultimate flooring focuses. So it's showing the competitors, and it's showing, like, these are the title tags we should be using. This is a meta description we should be using to try to beat them. These are the H1s, the main keyword, the H2, the sub headlines, the sub headlines, all of this going out, so on and so forth, all the way down. So you're going to be able to, so now you're going to have all of this. Okay, so as we go down, now, like I did this right down here. So right here, we copied all 3 results above. So you copy all 3 results that we just did. We just did all these. You're going to put them into a PDF. So you're grabbing everything that it gives you, not something that's highlighted in yellow, just all the content starting from here and then going up from the front, because we've already done 3 prompts now. So you're going to grab all that information and put it into a PDF, and it's going to look like I just showed you. So so now anywhere it says this, you got to change to you, of course. Here's the website. Here's residential homeowners. You might work with, I don't know, you might only want to work with management, with companies, right? You want to work with big office buildings or something. It depends on who you work with. If you're a divorce attorney, you're not working just with residential homeowners. You're working with people that want to get a divorce, and they don't have to have a home. They can live in a car and want a divorce. You see what I mean? This is what it looked like when I put the playbook in. I got this idea from Wes also. This is a playbook. So right up here where you see I am a small business owner and all that, this is the prompt inside of ChatGPT. This is the PDF I added, because otherwise it would have been a whole lot of words. Okay. So anyway, do that. And now you just like I showed you over here, all you got to do is go here and upload it from your computer. You can add a Google Doc, connect some apps, whatever. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to go down. So now what happened, because I added the PDF down here, I got this. I've analyzed the content of your website along with the suggestions from the document you provided, and I've formulated a comprehensive rewrite plan. So now it read all of that stuff, even though it has it all above. I put it in one place and I'm giving it a command. Look at this and do this. So all you got to do is copy. All you got to do is copy the yellow and put your own information in. Simple as that. There's no work for you. Now it rewritten. So now, okay, so I know we're talking about a blog, right? We're talking about blogs, but it knows your website page first. So I just gave it all of my website page. So now it's going to rewrite the content for Good House Floor Care's website. This is a home page. I showed you his website, where the next one I would do would be a service business like hardwood floor refinishing, because it's a different page that's focused on this keyword, hardwood floor refinishing, okay? The home page is everything that we do. It's focused on the whole business. All right, here we go. So now it's going to rewrite this for me. And really, when I looked at this, I thought, man, this is really good. Like my headline, dust-free hardwood floor refinishing in Charlotte, North Carolina. I really like that. I might change his website, but be careful. My company has him ranking at the top of Google in his city. And so I'm not going to make any changes on his website. But if I was thinking of building a website, I probably would use this prompt this far. I would build it, I would put it in there, and it would give me better ideas, better information. You remember, prompting is all about building blocks. You can't just put one prompt in unless, or a keyword, unless you're using our custom agents that we build, that we already have all the information in the back end, plus all your information, so it's writing for you. But this is free. This is what we're talking about right now. So it rewrote his website. And I read this and I thought, man, this is really freaking good. Now I'm already ranking. I don't know if I would add this to the bottom, some of this stuff of the web page. I hate making changes when they're already ranking, but this is really good. I like this better than what we wrote. Like I really like this. So it did a great job. And so I go down, I got all this, and it's talking about page speed and mobile optimization, which if 2025, if you're not building websites with mobile optimization, like you've already lost the game. You're already out of business. And so, all right, so final notes, what to do. Then I have my next prompt. Okay, help me come up with a topical map for my blog that has the best chance of helping me rank for long tail keywords that are specific to my keyword. Hardwood floor refinishing, seed keyword, right? And give each a ClickBank. I got this from Wes. I do this, but I say stuff like some of the top copywriters in the world, right? Like you might put in there. And so I might put a copywriter's name here, and it could be somebody that's dead also, right? That died. ChatGPT knows all about them. Remember, it read the internet, I think, what was it, from 2019 back or something like that. Now it's starting to catch up. But anyway, I like clickbait style because it's bank style because it's catchy. So I said 75 titles. You can say 10 titles, 100 titles, 250 titles. This is extremely important. I want you to really listen to me right now. So here's 75 titles. You don't need to write this. I only put this in here for my notes. I will use these 75 headlines with keywords for creating 75 separate blog posts. Now, I'm going to have 75 blog posts just for hardwood floor refinishing. That, remember, we're telling it not to copy it. Do not, right here, do not duplicate any of the keyword phrases. Make each long tail keyword phrase unique. That is so important. Right now, each of these, transform your floors today with professional hardwood floor and refinishing in Charlotte. Here's my keyword, hardwood floor refinishing service Charlotte. Here's another one, the ultimate guide, get expert hardwood floor refinishing, and they all have different target keywords. They all have the different target keywords. Like I'm saying, all of these, I can go in and I can start writing blogs for each of these, and I'll be linking to my page for hardwood floor refinishing, and I'd be doing that. So really what I should have done with this is I shouldn't be on the home page. I should have been on the hardwood floor refinishing page. But even though I was on the home page because it talks about hardwood floor refinishing, I still got great outcome at the bottom. But remember, you can improve what I'm showing you. Just like as I've done this, I'm thinking, man, I can improve this by doing this. Anyway, now you have 75 headlines and 75 keywords. This is unfreaking believable what you can do with this. Just this part right here. Now, okay, now create an outline for an article titled Hardwood Floor Refinishing, everything you need to know about the cost and process. And then that you're going to change, this is going to be your keyword, your headline, whatever you came up with, or whatever, ChatGPT gave you. Please generate it as an experience. And then you're going to write, truck mount steam clean carpet cleaner that cleans carpets in homes, in homeowners' homes in Charlotte, North Carolina. So when I was cleaning carpet, we also did apartments. Remember, an apartment person renting, if they got to move, they got to have their carpet cleaned a lot of time. They're not going to refinish the hardwood. That's why I'm saying homeowners. They don't have, it's not their house. They're not going to pay for something like that. Anyway, we move on, and then here's the outline. Here's an outline for this headline. Here's a hook. Here's the purpose of the article. Here's what is hardwood floor refinishing, a definition, why homeowners choose refinishing, so on and so forth. And as we go down all the way to the bottom, it even has the prices. Now, I had to change these prices because it was wrong, and I happen to know his price structure, so I changed it for him. And I know how many days it takes. The cool thing about me being a past service business owner for nearly 3 decades is I don't have to ask my clients a whole lot of stuff because I've done a lot of the stuff my clients do. So I already know it, right? 30 years, you learn quite a bit. As we go down, we're down here, and there's that. Now, I put another prompt in. Now generate the blog post in a casual, upbeat, and helpful tone. Can you also insert personal anecdotes if they make a point? Include H2s and H3s as needed for proper SEO. Please expand on key points. Generate the blog post with a minimum of, I added for 1,000 words, and I always like having like 10 FAQs, because FAQs with the right kind of schema in the background will help you like get snippets. It'll really help you get up there with AI and everything also. All right, ChatGPT gave me this blog. Now it's writing the blog, and the blog is really good. I read it, and it looks pretty good. I went down, I keep going, I read it. I'm not going to make you read all this. It even gave me the FAQs, right? Here's my 10 FAQs right here with answers. And then I'm like, okay, all right, now watch this. This is important also. What we're doing here is we're going to try to change this headline. Is there a better headline than this that we can use on the final blog post? So I asked it to give 10 clickbait style titles for the blog post. Please make sure that all our generated titles are optimized for the keyword phrase this. I want it for this phrase. It gave me 10. I used the first one. I loved it, right? Because it's the same headline with before you start. Now, a homeowner's reading this, and now I'm telling them before you start, you better read this, right? Before you call anybody, read this blog. And you can even put this at the beginning of the headline, because remember, they're looking at this headline and you want to catch them. But as long, like if I'm writing a headline, this might be bigger or a different color so it stands out, right? I might make it a different color on the headline so like their eyes go to it before you start. Or I could have said, before you start, hardwood floor refinishing. But that doesn't make sense. It makes more sense at the end. Before you start your hardwood floor refinishing, I'm not going to get into all that. I got to think too hard. It looks good at the end, okay? So all these other ones were really good too. I liked all of them, but I chose this one, and that's what I'm telling you up here. I use the above headline number 1 up there, right? So now I'm going to change it. Is the following blog post optimized for the keyword phrase this? Now look, I added before you start in here. If the blog is optimized, just tell me it's okay. I don't need anything else. If the blog is not optimized, please optimize it with minimal rewriting. All this is in the blue right here is the blog post. I copied the blog above, I put it in here, and I got this. The blog post you provided is not fully optimized for the, man, I'm going too fast. For the specific keyword phrase, hardwood floor finishing, everything you need to know about the cost and process before you start. Here's an optimized version. Now I have an optimized version of the blog post, and this is what I'm going to use. Now remember, you see, remember this, read above me. AI alone is really good. Human-guided AI is unstoppable. A lot of companies are out there. You're going to hear this from everybody that AI, you can fire your employees, you can get rid of your employees, and you can start making more money in your business. I am never, ever, ever going to get rid of my employees, my people. I have over 120 high quality employees that I've spent years in training and the things, how we work together. Human guided AI is unstoppable. Remember, I think it was Microsoft, they made that chess game, right? And then the grandmaster played the computer and he lost. But when the grandmaster used the AI against the computer with the grandmaster and the AI, he beat the AI every time, because we have instincts, we have feelings. AI doesn't have that yet. Now, in the future, is it most likely the way it's advancing? Probably. Okay, and so here we go. Let's just move forward. Hopefully it isn't like iRobot where they try to take over, and we're all like history. Okay, so now it rewrote this with minimal rewriting. I don't want it to, that's why I said minimal rewriting up there. I don't want it to redo the whole thing, but I also wanted it to bold all the keywords so I know where they're at. So now, because I want to make sure that I'm not over 2%. I don't want to have keyword stuffing, so I'm always looking at that. And so we go down, and you can see where it's bolded, hardwood floor refinishing, until we get to the bottom of the blog post. Now, a human is going to take this. A human is going to do stuff like this. A human is going to say, okay, I want this, I want some room here. I want some white space. A human is going to add photos with perfect alt tags that are related to the blog post in the back end. So you want photos on here, and I'll show you something here in a second at the end that'll really help you with that. Here's my 10 FAQs, and then my final notes. In conclusion, hardwood floor refinishing is an investment that you can restore the beauty of your home, improve its value, and save money compared to replacing your floors. That's all true. Good House Floor Care is the name of his business. Of course, I'm going to have a call to action, right? I'm not going to have this on the blog, but I'm going to have a call to action. Reach out today for a free estimate that's going to have a link to my contact page. I would even have, contact us right here or something. Okay. When I do these, I like having like a coupon or something like that. Another thing that you can be thinking of, during COVID, let me just come back a second. I want to tell you this. One thing happened during COVID, and the one thing that happened is everybody learned how to use their phones for QR codes, Because remember, they didn't have paper menus anymore or plastic menus because of touch points. So they had QR codes that you can use. So the world learned how to use QR codes. You can have a QR code on that blog post that somebody can take their phone and just snap it, right? And watch a video of you actually doing what you're talking about. See what I like? You're actually doing the hardwood floor refinishing. And if you really want to rank and you really want to be want your business to start exploding, do how-to videos. Tell people how you're doing the job, what kind of sandpaper you're using if you're a hardwood floor finisher, why you're using this stain, why you're using this polyurethane or some type of finish, why you're using 100 grit sandpaper to get it smooth, why you're using a screen to get it really smooth, why you're using a tack mop so you can get all the dust off of there. Explain where they can get it, because when I was in business, we didn't go to Home Depot or Lowe's to get this. We had a supplier house that we went to where we got, like half price because we bought a lot. But the general public loves do it yourself, and 70 to 80% of all searches are how to do it yourself. Do something like that. Put it on your YouTube channel. Link to your YouTube channel with that. Link back to that blog post. Those kind of things. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, so now I wanted to do one more thing. All right, so please generate an optimized and intriguing meta description for the blog post. I want something that's intriguing, but I also wanted to generate a title tag and a slug. Slug is what's at the end of the URL, right? Here's docs.google documents and then slug, right? Slug. Okay, so now I have my meta description that's intriguing. Wondering if hardwood floor finishing is right for your home? Learn everything you need to know about the cost and process of refinishing in Charlotte, North Carolina. Find out how refinishing can transform your floors and save you money. That's why I love how-to videos, because you're going to show them how you actually do it. Most people are going to be like, whoa, I can't do that. Because when you refinish a hardwood floor and you have that heavy sandpaper on there to get rid of all the polyurethane to get down to the floor, the bare wood, if you're not going at a steady pace, you're going to have all these dips in the wood. Ask me how I know, because we've done it before. And then you only get so many sandings on a hardwood floor. It's 3/4 inch. You get like maybe 5 or 6 in the lifetime of the wood. So if you go in there and try to do it yourself and you stop in a spot because your phone rang, you are screwed. You got to sand it down to where that dip is now, and maybe they can never refinish their hardwood floor again. So you just ruined their floor or ruined your floor. Okay. So there's my meta description. There's my title tag, and there's my slug. My slug is at the end of the URL. Hardwood floor finishing costs process before you start. There you go. So that's really good. And then you can read that. Now, so we got all this. I showed you how to get that, how to get a target audience right here, because you're going to want that. And also we also talked about that instead of, because it's not going to read the website, copy the website, put that there instead. And you can even say, look at instead of putting it below all that content, you can say, read the document that I attached for my homepage of goodhousefloorcare.com. Okay. And so now it's going to read that. So it's going to know all about your page. And do this for every service you offer. You're going to have to go through this several times, but you're going to have blog posts that are unbelievable, and you can use this over and over and over again. Now, a little pitch real quick. So before we end, give me 1 more minute of your time. So I was showing you this right up here. You could make a blog here. You put your name and email in, and then it's going to ask you for a persona. It's going to ask you for your, brand voice. You can download my brand voice, make a copy, and then you can follow instructions. Like whatever I said, you got to say something different. It's your business, but you have a template of how this is done. All right. Same thing here. You download this, you make a copy, you can start doing your own. These take a little work, but if you search my name, Joe Crivello Sorensen, online, you'll see where I've been interviewed by some of the top blog writing software in the world. And I was one of the top purchasers of these blogs. I was paying $1,500 a month for 120 blogs. Remember, AI in a blog is just, instead of looking at a blank screen, now you have something. Most people just use it out of the box like that. I have 26 writers that are experts, and they optimize this with photos, and they add a flair, like personal experience stuff that they get from the client. So you can't just take AI out of the box like that. You got to add to it. Now, I'm saying that I've built this one right here. It doesn't matter. It's all built in. All that stuff's built in. It will do any topic, anytime, for any blog post, but it takes about 15 minutes to get a blog. It is about 15 minutes work. This right here is a little more work, right? Because I just showed you all those prompts. But if you're able to use those prompts, it's going to be, then you learn how to prompt, because start educating your mind. Like, this is what it should look like. These are building blocks that we have to do. We tell it this, it gives us this. We tell it more, it gives us this. Remember, this is all important. And then so you can just download this. But if you say, hey, I love what we're doing on here. I'm using his stuff. It's all free. That's great, man. I'm enjoying it. For $7 a month, we will build you your own agent, a custom agent for your niche. If you like, Good House Floor Care actually has its own agent. He no longer has to go through all these prompts. All that stuff's built in. Something else that's built in is 617 pages is built in the back end that no one's ever going to get to and ever going to see, right? All of this stuff is built into the back end of the prompt, right? On the back where we prompt it all. And so anyway, if you don't want to do all this, if you don't want to have to go through all this hassle, even though it's free, if you can't afford $7, use my free stuff. It doesn't matter how many people are using this at one time. It does. I mean, this up here, I can have 100 people doing different blogs on my website at the same time, and it will not crash. You can all get your own free blogs. This has so much information. These are multi-agents here. This is not one agent now. It's multi-agents doing work in the back end, and here it is. And so you can use that. You can use this, or $7 a month. You don't need to do any of that stuff because everything's already built into the back end of your agent with all your information. All you need now is a keyword. That's it. Remember those 75 keywords I showed you? Do you know that you can put all 75 of those keywords in here and tell your agent to build you 75 blog posts, and it will? You'll have a year's worth of blog posts in a couple of hours. Now, when you use this, it won't create all 75 at once. You say, create the first blog post, create the second blog post after the first one's done. But that's all you got to say. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, so on and so forth. $7 a month to do that. But today we were talking about that right here. This, I want to give you something free. I want to make sure that you see the value in us before you even want to work with us. Too many people out there are selling too many things now. And I believe that, in our world now, it's hard to trust anybody. And so the reason I'm giving this away, it's not because I'm the kindest person in the world, although I am kind and I love the service industry, because when I sold my business 9 years ago, I love this industry. I know what it's like to be starving, and I know what it's like to be rich and everything in between. So I am on your level. I do understand you. I want to give this away. One, I want you to have something you can work with if you have no money, if you're just starting out. And two, it's much easier for me to talk to you if you're a warm client now. You're a warm, not a person that's using my stuff for free. Now you're warmed up to me a little bit. You're like, man, Joe's giving all this away. It's all that. And then the big reveal is $7 freaking bucks a month, and we optimize our agents all the time. We're always updating them. It's almost ridiculous. It costs just that, right? It's ridiculous, but that's what I'm doing. But yes, I also own an ad agency, Top Click Joe, and our agency does everything from Google Ads all the way up to our Ultimate 16, where we omni-channel market you everywhere all at once. All right, have a great day. Peace out.